Well, g'day, and welcome back to Zhaoqing. I was going to say welcome back to China. I want to be a little bit more specific than that. So today you find us, we're down here in Paifeng Park. We've got the little lake behind us on one side here. On the other side we've got the big lake, and we're wandering through the park here. So today we are looking at YouTube channels. Now, I've done a couple of videos in the past about YouTube channels about China that I watch, trying to get some of you over there to watch some other content, learn some other things. But on one of those videos, I think it was the first one, somebody actually asked me, what other stuff do I watch when I'm in China? What other kind of things do I like to watch? And I sort of haven't really talked about it terribly much because, well, just because. Yeah, it's not really, I don't know. I just haven't got around to it. But we thought we might go through a few of the channels that I watch and give you actually not only the channels but also the other entertainment that we watch here. So before we get onto YouTube, let's start with television in China. I don't watch television in China. When my old mate Peter was here, used to go around to his place all the time. His television was quite often turned to CGTN, which is China Global Television Network, I think. And they had an English language channel, 24-hour news channel, where they would broadcast, you know, news stuff and talk shows and the like from all around the world. Africa, where you'd learn about what's happening in Africa, stuff from the Middle East, stuff from other Asian countries, Australia. There was some Australian stuff on there. North America, South America, you know, stuff from everywhere. So we'd have that on, but I've never even tried to find that channel at home. I'm not that interested in watching the news media anymore. It just depresses the hell out of me. As with the last video, you know, all the stuff that's happening in the Middle East at the moment, it's not that I don't care, it's just that it does stuff to me. It just, hearing about all this death and destruction, it just depresses me, and I don't need that in my life. If I could do more about it, I would probably pay a lot more attention, but what can I do? So television, I don't watch television here at all. Cinema, if you want to go and see a movie, there are plenty of cinemas here. When you go and see sort of, you know, American movies, I don't know whether they are subtitled in Chinese or whether they actually overdub the voices. I think they are probably subtitled and still in English. I've only ever been to watch one movie here in the cinema. That was, what was it? One of the Transformers movies. I went with one of the teachers from our school, which, it was a funny movie. I didn't actually enjoy it. I thought the story was absolute garbage, but the CGI and stuff, the graphics in it were amazing. So yeah, a bit hit and miss with that one. The other thing we do outside of YouTube is download stuff off the internet. I don't really download much. I don't really download movies. They tend to last too long. I don't really like having to watch something for an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is funny because with YouTube, I love longer content, which is why I make longer content. So most of what I download is TV shows, but even that I don't do much anymore. A lot of the TV shows that I used to download were a lot of British panel shows, actually, the comedy stuff, 8 out of 10 Cats, Mock the Week, QI. But a lot of that content is now, would I lie to you? A lot of that content is now available on YouTube, so I don't have to download it anymore. But I've got a lot of TV series that I have downloaded. Third Rock from the Sun is great. Friends, Big Bang Theory, trying to think of others, mainly comedies. I do like a good comedy. Blackadder, Fawlty Towers, all that sort of stuff. It is all stuff that I actually own the DVDs for back in Australia. So it's not like I haven't bought them, but I couldn't bring all that stuff with me. The only thing that I really download now on a regular basis is Survivor. When there's a new season of Survivor out, I wait each week for each episode to become available. I do love Survivor. It's a really good program. It just touches something in me. And the other one is Reacher, based on Jack Reacher by Lee Child. If you haven't read those books, go and try a couple. They are awesome, really, really good. But that's about all that I really download. So most of my, when I'm watching something, most of it is YouTube. And like I say, I do like longer content. I like things where there's not much to watch. I like things that I can just listen to, and I can be off pottering around doing other stuff while I'm listening. And it's a problem with movies. You can't sort of be off pottering around doing other stuff because you really have to sit down and watch and pay attention, and my attention span's too short, which is why I tend to go for TV shows. Half an hour I can handle. But YouTube, we're going to go through some of the channels that I watch. So the first two, Vice Rhino and Rationality Rules. These are channels that basically debunk religious claims. I do watch quite a bit of religious content, and it is mainly content that is critical of religion. We're actually going to follow this up with a video about my religious views, because that relates to another question, but that'll be the following video. Carrying on, Mythfits podcast. That's Myth, M-Y-T-H, Mythfits podcast. This is two of the hosts from the old TV show Mythbusters, which I used to love. Mythbusters. These are Carrie and who's the other one? I can't remember. I've bloody forgotten their names. But two of the you had Jamie and oh man, I've forgotten their names. You had the two main hosts, and then you had the other three. And this is two of the other three. Unfortunately, the third of them, Grant, he passed away of a brain hemorrhage a few years back, which is really sad. But these two talking about their time on Mythbusters and telling stories from behind the scenes, and I love it. It's really good. Sir Sick, S-I-C. He does quite hilarious takes on, he debunks all sorts of stuff, whether they're religious claims, flat earth, all sorts of conspiracy theories. He's really good. Professor Dave Explains. I got into him when he had a bit of a row with the flat earth community. He's actually a science, I don't know what his qualifications are. I think he's got a master's in one of the sciences, I can't remember. But he started off doing videos, basically his classes, to teach the wider community about science and doing all sorts of stuff, whether it's evolution or physics or whatever. He covers a hell of a lot of ground. But then he got embroiled. He made a couple of videos about flat earth, and they came after him hard. So he has started, he doesn't do it regularly, he still does lots of the pure science content, but he does more now debunking scientific conspiracy theories, and he does a really good job. He goes in hard. He's not afraid of abusing people and offending people and stuff. I love his stuff. Who else have we got here? Professor Plink. Much like the others, the other early ones, anti-religious stuff. Mr. Who's the Boss. I love this guy, from England, and he does tech reviews, mainly mobile phones, but he does do other stuff as well. I've been watching him for quite a few years now, really enjoy his content, and very, very good reviews. Who else have we got here? Josh Revell, fellow Australian, but he does sort of motor racing content, mainly Formula One, but he does touch on other stuff as well if you're into motor racing. Who else have we got here that's worth mentioning? Matt Dillahunty. Now, Matt Dillahunty used to be part of a show that I used to watch. Actually, I'm still subscribed to, I still do watch from time to time. So we'll talk about them now as well. So, The Atheist Experience is a TV show. I think it's been running now for near on 25 years. They actually started out as a public access TV show based in Austin, Texas, and eventually wound up on YouTube. They've been on YouTube for, I think they've been on YouTube for over 20 years. One of the longest running shows on YouTube. And their format is basically, they'll have generally 2 hosts. Sometimes they'll have one if someone can't make it, or they might have a third if there's a guest. But generally 2 hosts, and the idea is that people phone in and give the reasons for their religious beliefs. And they get into some great discussions. Now, I'm not religious at all, as you'll find out in the next video. But I do love sort of learning about religion, because I think it is very important if you want to understand culture and history of societies and stuff. You need to understand religions, because religion's a big part of every society that I know of. So Matt Dillahunty left The Atheist Experience. He had differences with them, and now runs his own channel and seems to be doing really well. I really like his content. He has a project called, what is it called? The Atheist, I can't remember. But where he goes through a lot of different religious arguments and sort of breaks them down, explains what parts are valid, what parts are invalid. He's very good at sort of rational thinking. But he's starting to also get into doing reaction videos and debunking things that people say. He's very, very good. Well worth listening to. What else have we got here? Wars of the World. Another channel. This is mainly World War II content. I'm a big fan of World War II stuff. I find it a fascinating period. The politics, the technology that moved forward. One thing I heard was aircraft in World War II. In the 6 years of World War II, aviation advanced what would have taken 70 to 80 years had the war not happened. And it happened in so much. I just watched a video, it was on I can't remember the channel, but it was about the radar and how that saved England. And you know, the technology that improved and grew during that period was amazing. So I love learning about all that stuff. What else have we got here? The race. Well, F1, Formula One racing. It's all about that, which I'm a big fan of. I've loved F1 since I was, well, I don't even remember. I used to watch you know, Senna and Prost and Mansell, Nelson Piquet, going way back then. I think, I can't even remember half the people now, but yeah, since I was a kid, always loved F1 and it's always stuck with me. What else have we got here? Ocean Liner Designs, another Australian making content, and really, really good content. He looks into a lot of shipping accidents, shipping disasters, as well as sort of the history of shipping and how technology have changed things over the years. Does a really, really good job. Who else have we got here? Professor of Rock, talking about music, history of music. Being a guitarist, I love it. I love learning about different music stuff and learning about stuff that I wouldn't normally listen to. What else have we got here that's interesting? Nitro Circus. If you haven't had a look at what these guys are doing, go and check them out. I mean, it's not stuff that I would want to be doing, but to see what these guys can do on motorbikes or BMX bikes or scooters or skateboards or rollerblades. These guys are incredible and they're doing some amazing stuff. AFL, which I'm still subscribed to, but I don't watch much anymore. AFL meaning, for those of you not from Australia, Australian Football League. It's Aussie rules. It's a different type of football. If you haven't seen Aussie rules, go and have a look. It's, I think it's one of the best sports in the world. But I don't watch much anymore. On YouTube, they generally have a highlights package, you know, 7-8 minutes of every game, just showing you the highlights. But as I've, you know, the longer I've been here, the more of the sort of players that I know have retired. And we have new players coming in, and I just don't have the connection with them anymore that I used to have. So I don't feel as connected to, you know, my teams are West Coast Eagles, Fremantle Dockers. If you're getting out of Western Australia, Richmond would be my team. So, but yeah, if you go and look up the AFL channel, if you're from outside of Australia and don't know what Australian football is, it's well worth a look. What else have we got here? Rick Beato. Rick Beato talks music. Very, very good musician. Does a lot of music theory lessons, does a lot of interviews with top musicians. He's had some amazing guests on and had some great interviews. He is sensational. Well worth checking out. Aidan Millward, Formula One again. Imperial War Museums. More World War One, World War Two stuff. I'm starting to get into a bit more World War One. It's never been my thing, but I'm starting to learn a lot more and becoming more interested in it. What else we got here? Jimmy Carr, stand-up comedian. I love him, although I'm a bit disappointed after the last video. He apparently did some gig for some group that was an Israeli apologist group, were having some function in Britain. I was very disappointed to hear that Jimmy Carr was a part of that. But there you go. Paul Davids, another musician from, actually I'm not even sure what country he is from. Might be from Holland, Denmark, I don't know. But very, very good musician. Talks, again, a lot of music stuff. Who else have we got here that's worth a look at? The History Guy. Really, really good videos talking about all sorts of history, historical things. Covers a lot of different topics. Very, very good. Big Bash. The Big Bash League, cricket in Australia. Still a big cricket fan. Who else have we got? We've got quite a few channels about drones that I follow, being a drone pilot myself. We're just going to sort of slide through and try and pick the best of them. There is one in particular I'm wanting to mention. Charles Bertod, The Graham Norton Show, Adam Savage. Adam Savage is the other one from Mythbusters. Adam and Jamie were the two main hosts. But there is a guy here I did want to mention. And that is, where is he here? Oh, he's got to be in here somewhere. Jerry Not Tom, Daniel Dumbrill. Oh, what's the guy's name? No, oh no, we'll keep going. We've got to be getting closer to the bottom of the list now. He's got to be here somewhere. Oh, Sankey Magic. I watch a few different magic channels. Quite interested in learning little bits and pieces of the magic. Oh, I've missed him somewhere along the line. Okay, we'll try and find one of his videos and link him down in the bottom. This guy is I believe he's an ex-NASA engineer. Quite a young guy. Well, comparatively, compared to me, I guess. I'm just browsing through here, trying to see if I can quickly come across his channel. Trying to remember his name. But no, we'll definitely... I'm just spewing that I can't. No. We'll link a video of his down in the description. But I got into him. He does a lot of science content, especially sort of physics sort of stuff. But I got into him when he did a video. He had a bird feeder in his backyard. And squirrels would come up and eat all the bird food. And so he decided, let's do something about this. But instead of, killing the squirrels or anything like that, he created an obstacle course for the squirrels that they had to get through to be able to get to this stash of walnuts, I think they were, or some kind of nut. And then he videoed these squirrels trying to get through this obstacle course, and it was brilliant. So he did another one, and he did a third one. So, I'm still trying to get his name into my head, but it's not coming. He is well worth a look. He does really, really good stuff. If I forget to put it in the description, look up Squirrel Obstacle Course. And have a look. They're hilarious. He does such a great job. The other sort of videos that I watch, and I'm not actually subscribed to any of these, but because I watch them quite regularly, they pop up in my feed all the time. So if one strikes my fancy, I'll go and watch it. But it is reaction videos. Especially, there's a lot of different people doing reaction videos, but the ones that I really like are young black Americans who have sort of been brought up with hip hop and rap and all that sort of stuff, R&B, and don't know about music. To my mind, a lot of this hip hop stuff it's just noise. For me, it's not music, it's not my thing. Not to say that it's bad, it's just not my thing. But listening to these guys discover bands like the Eagles, like Pink Floyd, like the Beatles, Rolling Stones, discovering this stuff from the 60s and 70s, which to my mind for music is the ultimate period of time. There was so much going on. Who else was around? You know, Fleetwood Mac, Jim Croce, or Croce, or I'm not actually sure how you say his surname. Neil Young. There's so many of them. But watching these guys discover these things and just be blown away and going, how on earth have I missed this for all these years? It is unbelievable. I remember watching it was a married couple. It was a black woman, white guy. She'd sort of been brought up in, I guess, in the black community, listening to hip hop and stuff. He knew a bit more. So he was in, I can't remember their channel name. If I can find the video, I'll link it, because I loved this video. They reacted to Pink Floyd doing Comfortably Numb. And the guitar solo at the end of that brought this woman to tears. And they had to stop the video. Like, they had to stop the creation of the video while she got herself together for 10 or 15 minutes. She was so emotional. It was amazing. Yeah, I love watching these reactions of these guys listening to music that I've spent my whole life listening to, and listening to it for the first time and being absolutely blown away. It's, yeah, something, I mean, it's not going to be for everybody, but it's something that I really love. I'll try and link some of these videos. I mean, there's a lot more that I watch. But we're not going to go through everything, or we'll be here all day. I do like to watch a really, really wide variety of stuff. Science stuff, philosophy stuff, history stuff, sporting stuff, although not much sports anymore. Mainly F1 and cricket. Yeah, also I really like to watch a wide variety of stuff and learn as much as I can. It's all about learning. Hopefully that's why we're all here. But yeah, we're going to leave that there because I can't really talk about it anymore, and we've got another video still to do today. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, share with friends, subscribe to the channel. I should also mention, because I always forget to mention this, Facebook. A Scott in China on Facebook. Come and join the group. Come and have some discussions with fellow viewers and stuff. And I'm posting, you know, if I see stories on Facebook about China, I'll post them in there, give people a look, and you can have a learn more than what I can just show you on my own. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, questions, comments down there in the comment section. If there's anything you would like to learn about life here in China, in Guangdong, here in Jiaqing in particular, again, down there in the comment section, hit us up. If you come up with a good idea for a video, I'll go away, I'll do the research, and we'll make a video just for you. Help you learn the things that you want to learn. But for now, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.